Assalamualaikum guys, welcome to Malay Gaming channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing my first video game review, which is Garage Bad Trip on my PC. This game is developed by Zombie Dynamics and was published by Tiny Build Games. Tiny Build Games are famous for publishing many awesome indie hit games for the past few years, so I expect nothing less from Garage Bad Trip. I'm fully aware that this game has been released last July 2018, but honestly, I wasn't aware at that time that this game exists. For this review, I'll be taking while I'll be talking while showing the background of the gameplay, so don't get confused. However, I've managed to get this game and play it till the end, so let's get it on to the review. Firstly, let's talk about game design. Straight away, when I started playing this game for a few couple of minutes, it reminds me of Hotline Miami because it's a top-down shooter game. But since the setting is in a zombie apocalypse world, so it's like playing Hotline Miami in the Left 4 Dead universe. The game has a little bit Dead Space touch. I'm saying this because there will be times when you get freaked out or surprised by the zombies ambushing you out of nowhere, and together with its unsettling mood, as this game is also a survival action game. Not many games that can give you this kind of feeling. For the game mechanics, it's pretty simple, with a few varieties of weapons to choose, such as pistols, shotguns, SMG, assault rifle, and even hand grenade, and one lousy axe as a melee weapon. I'm saying lousy because it's barely usable and not worth it, to be frank. In this game, there are two kinds of enemies you'll be fighting: zombies and humans militia. More or less like rebel military soldiers. Zombies is really fun and challenging, but the downside that there isn't much variety to them. It's quite the opposite for the humans militia, where there are a lot of variety, but it's so tiring to fight each and one of them because their weapon is power and their accuracy is pinpoint. It's like you're easy to die when they shoot you. Like easy. I will say 50% of the game is you fighting the zombies and the rest fighting the humans militia. But overall, the design level is good, with a few boss fights here and there, even though they recycle two of the boss fights and some of the levels are well thought out. The first half of the game is really fun and engaging, and after that it becomes so slow due to the repetition of the level design. Then the last one third of the game, it gets right back up in the track. It pick up the mood with a good final boss fight and a good, I'm not saying it's good, but it's surprising a well designed end level game. I should tell you that this game is a non-spoiler review, so I'm not going into details as it spoils the surprise moments in this game. To sum it up, I'm giving it 2 points for the game design. For the art style, they use a combination of pixel art with the 3D polygon models of the characters. You can see the 3D models if you observe closely when the characters are moving. I've played a lot of indie games with a pixel art, but never I saw this kind of art, and it's a breath of fresh air since pixel art, because a lot of indie games use pixel art and it's overly used today. The game is relatively smooth with barely any slowdowns in the frame rate, and nothing much to complain about the graphics. It's simple yet innovative. I must say the cutscenes dialogue is also interesting, beautifully hand drawn. So for the art style, I'm giving it 2 points as well. Getting to sounds, effects and music, it's fair to say both of these did their jobs well, served their purpose. But sadly, it doesn't deserve any points because most of it is just average at best. There's no voice dialogue, no catchy music to get you into the mood like in Hotline Miami games, and most of the times while you're playing the game, there isn't any music in the background. I understand as silence is supposed to give you the tension in the game. So that's pretty much it. No points, sadly. Let's talk about game length. I've played this game in the story mode around 6 hours. That depends how good you are in this kind of game. And this game has also challenge mode, but honestly, it's not that really great. It's not that groundbreaking. You can play it a few times before you got tired of it. So, average total game length would be around 8 hours or maybe less. There's no point of having dozens or more challenge mode mission, but the game turns out to be repetitive and boring. This means it gets only a single point for game length. Now moving on. The story. I really like how the story begins. It has a sense of mystery and suspense. Later, you'll make acquaintance with a person that will assist you to get to the next location. I should mention that the dialogues between them is funny and one of the things I'll remember about the game. Well done. Good job. Because without the dialogue scene, it is really boring and feeling empty. However, the good stuff didn't last long as the game nearing to the end, the story slowly goes down. I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of WTF moments after the first half of the game. Personally, I feel like maybe the developers became lazy with the story writing, or maybe they couldn't come up with the creative content for the end game. The last level before the final boss fight is really nails the coffin for me. It's full of cliches and becoming more like a checklist just to fill in the game contents. I'm saying this is because it doesn't make sense if you play the game, the, especially the end part of the game. There's few moments where the game could be great and improve a lot, but it doesn't work. Somehow they fail it in that part, a few certain parts. Another bad thing about the story is that you barely get any exposition or any development on the characters themselves. You don't know them as a character for their background. You literally start as a loser and die as a loser in spite you defeat the final boss and save humanity. To me, the end story does not have any closure to it and satisfaction. You could say that they did this just to set up for this game sequel in the future, but still I sense a lazy writing in the story. It's a shame because initially the mood and setting was awesome, but nothing explains much afterwards, except for the few cliche things. I mean, how the zombie became zombies, but it's pretty simple. You're just one dude taking down horde of zombies and army of militia, which is the bad guys. This is a spoiler-free game review, so I won't be sharing the bad moments with you guys. In a nutshell, I'm giving this category only 1 point. I guess that wraps up my review, and the final score review for Garage Bad Trip is 7 out of 10. My final remark for this game is the game is worth to be played at least once. You should try because it has few unique moments, few unique mechanics, and it's fun at first. But if you want to finish it, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Go knock yourself out. This game has potentials, I'm saying, but it faltered in many parts, which I've mentioned before. So thanks for watching this review till the end, guys. If you like, please click the like button and subscribe while you're at it. See you next time.